Oh. Still gone, huh? Not for long. Jason doesn't return that vase today, I swear out a warrant against him.
Father.
Don't try to argue with me, Alan. Now, someone in this family has to stand up to him. And if it's me, then so be it. Where's my paper? Reginald?
I have it here. Why don't you sit down?
What, did Jason rob a bank?
This has nothing to do with Jason.
Then stop tiptoeing around and let me see. Oh. I'm really sorry. Ward House is gone.
It's okay. I'm awake. How is he?
Well, much better, I think. His fever's gone, and I think the ear infection's improving.
Thanks to you. Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
I got enough.
Yes, 20 minutes enough?
How do you know it was only 20 minutes?
Because I only slept for an hour. And every time I woke up, you were standing there holding him.
Oh, that's okay. He was doing his best to get better, weren't you? Oh. Calm down. Okay. Don't cry. Just a moment. Everybody has a
Hey, you're leaving so early.
Hey, Dad.
What's your rush?
I was gonna go visit Mom and Lou at the hospital before school, but, I mean, if I don't leave now, I'll never make it.
Well, that'd be kind of a wasted trip, because I'm gonna pick them up in a couple of hours, and they'll be here when you get home.
Well, yeah, but, you know, I think I should do something nice for him.
I understand, but why don't you do something your mother'd really appreciate? Like, why don't you take this piece of Quartermain junk back and apologize for ripping it off?
You got it back, huh?
Yes, at considerable expense.
Yeah, I know. Look, I really appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna pay back every penny.
How?
Worm farming, I guess, and a lot of other chores.
And?
That's it. No gambling, I promise.
It's gonna take you a hell of a long time. You stole almost $1,000 from your mother and me. And that doesn't even include the amount you ripped off me and Lucy.
Lucy?
Yes, the petty cash you took from the club was half Lucy's.
Are you gonna tell her?
Are you asking me not to?
Well, Dad, if it's all the same to you, you know, I'd rather not have Lucy know what a complete jerk I am.
Well, it's not all the same to me. God, this parenting thing is such a grind. Look, when you screw up this big, it just makes me second-guess myself all the time. It's such a drag, man. It makes me wonder every time I've trusted you.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Well, you know, it could be worse. I could be like Wally and the Beeves' dad and insist on driving you over to the Quartermains and walking you up to the door and standing there with this little bag of junk But I'm not going to do that because I do trust you.
Thanks, Dad.
Be careful with that thing, will you?
Yeah.
I hear it's valuable.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Lucky. Don't make a fool of me again. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank God Mary May didn't live to see this.
I was thinking the same thing, except somehow I think she would have risen above it.
Oh, Laura Spencer and the baby, are they?
They're fine. I spoke to the hospital there, letting them go today. I also tried to call Justice, but I could only leave a message for him.
Where could he be?
I don't know. He's not returning any calls. I'm sure that the media is hounding him about this already.
And knowing Justice, he probably wants to avoid speculation about Damien's death.
Or any praise that he tried to rescue him.
I don't know why the hell he even tried. If any man ever deserved to die by his own hand, it was Damien Smith.
Well, fortunately, he is dead. And as an added bonus, Justice is a hero. Did you read the bit about Councilman Ward selflessly risking his own life? The media is going to be singing his praises all the way to the election.
Well, I suppose there's some consolation in that. But Damien got what he wanted. Ward House is gone.
You've heard? Oh, I'm so sorry, Edward.
We were watching the news in Grandmother's sitting room. They said that Mr. Spencer went back into Ward House to rescue Mrs. Spencer and Leslie from the fire. Lucky must have been petrified. You know, he always says that the Spencers are prepared for anything, but
I don't think anyone was prepared for what happened last night. I told Reginald that to find my own way to the den. I hope you don't mind.
We're glad you're here. Are you okay?
I don't really know how to answer that question.
What, were you injured?
No, just a little smoke inhalation. I'm fine. Thank you.
is Keisha okay?
She's fine. She's sleeping. She's back at my place. Been driving for hours. I went around the lake and then drove through Charles Street. Nothing but a burned ruin where Granny Mae's house used to be. Couldn't take looking at it, so I kept driving, and I ended up here in front of these iron gates with the Q on them. I guess I needed my family.
It's a relief to see you, Justice. When I heard that you had risked your life trying to save Damien, I was afraid you'd lost your mind.
It was a temporary lapse in reason.
It's good you came to us, because we are your family, and
Justice, please sit down.
yeah.
Have some tea and try to eat some breakfast.
Lila's right, you know. You should eat often, lightly. The next few days, you've had a terrible shock.
That's the curse of having doctors as relatives. We always know what's best for you.
And they always tell you about it. Is Lucky okay? Did you see him?
Thank you. Well, you know, he was He was pretty upset when he thought his parents were trapped in the fire, but they got out, and they're doing well, thank God. And so you probably see him in school this morning.
Ooh, if I ever get there, I'm going to be late.
Don't worry, darling. Reginald will take you to school, and he'll explain that there's been a family emergency.
Thanks. I'm really glad you came, Justice.
So am I.
Have a good day, sweetheart.
Bye.
So, did he do it deliberately?
I beg your pardon?
Damien, is he the one who burned Ward House?
Well, it looks that way. He came over to the foundation offices yesterday, offered me another check. When I ripped it up, he said he'd have the property one way or another.
Have they been able to place the children yet?
Social services began looking for foster homes last night. So when the children return home from Rochester, most of them will have homes to go to.
Those children will be back in Ward House before the end of the year. I mean it. Ward House will be rebuilt. Better than ever. You have my word.
Thank you, Edward.
How's Keisha doing?
AJ.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I wanted you to know how sorry I am. Is Keisha all right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I need to get going. I need to check on her. She was resting last time I saw her.
Would you mind if I went? She helped me through some pretty tough times with Jason. I'd like to repay the favor.
No, I'm sure she'd like to talk to you. Thanks.
Anytime, okay?
Look how peaceful he is.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he survived a fire last night. He and Lulu.
Well, you know, babies are a lot stronger than you think. Look how well he's doing.
Yeah. I hope he settles into his new home that easily. You sleep well, okay, little fella? There's lots of people working very hard to find you a new place to live. Just the right place.
Yeah, I'll probably hear from social services sometime this morning. Unless, of course, they've forgotten all about him. That wouldn't be so bad, would it, James?
Sure. You know, we've had fugitives in the house before, that's for certain. He'd be the youngest one yet. We've got lots of experience, so maybe we could get Mac and Felicia to set him up with a fake ID. How's the name Fred sound to you?
Do you honestly expect people to believe that we could name a baby Fred? What about his own name?
Well, sort of defeats the purpose of a fake ID if you name him James, his own name, so.
Yeah, well, the fake ID was your idea. I think we could just keep him. We have plenty of room.
Yeah, if he doesn't mind being here all by himself all the time, just staying every day, all day long with Betty. If I were you, I'd go for someone younger with better legs. That's up to you. I gotta go. I'll see you later. Don't work too hard.
Don't you pay any attention to him. I think you'd be very comfortable here. I would be very happy to have you. Sure would be nice if something good could come from the fire.
Hey, you been waiting long?
I don't know. I don't have a watch.
Well, I just came back from breakfast. Have you eaten?
Yeah.
Good. So you here to start work?
Yeah?
Well, just because it's, you know, it's a little early. I mean, the valet doesn't usually show up till about 3 o'clock. Not that I'm complaining. I could use the help.
Okay.
This is terrifyingly familiar.
Huh?
I mean, we could go on like this for hours, couldn't we? Me asking questions and you answering in monosyllables. It's like having a conversation with my son. So, look, why don't you put your bike in the side alley there? It should be safe. And, come on back and we'll go to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike?
Hi, Keisha. Listen, I I heard about what happened last night, and I'm really, really sorry.
Thanks. Is Luke here?
No, but he will be. He went to get Laura and the baby from the hospital, and he'll be right back.
Yeah, right. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. Do you know, are Laura and Leslie okay?
Yeah, well, he says they are, and you know, Luke, he wouldn't lie.
No, of course not. Okay. I just wanted to thank him for everything.
And I know he'll want to see you, too, okay? Listen, why don't you come in, and I'll put on a fresh pot of java.
Thanks. I think I'll wait out here.
Sure.
What do you want?
Nothing. I came to see Luke.
Right.
I did. What are you doing here?
I work here.
I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Jason? Ward House burned down last night.
So?
So? Ward House. I'm Keisha Ward. Do you remember that much? Ward House was my home. It was my grandmother's dream, and all I had left of her. And it's gone, okay? I've lost everything.
I hate it when that happens.
You think this is some kind of joke?
I think I can help you.
You can't help anyone, least of all yourself. The hell of it is you don't want to. You don't want to feel. You don't want to care.
Would it be better if I faked it?
No. I gotta get out of here before I start hating you.
Don't bother. I'll go. Where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you. I went to Justice's. I went to the Brownstone. This is the third time I've been here. I even went back over...
To the fire site? Yeah, I went walking. I went to see Luke. That was a really big mistake because he wasn't there, but, Jason was. Or should I say that the person I once knew was Jason. I don't know him at all now, and I think I'm grateful.
What happened?
Oh, just another sterling encounter. I got to experience Jason's warmth and sensitivity all over again.
Bastard.
And of course, I handled it really well. I started to cry, and then, I walked for blocks with tears streaming down my face. Finally ended up at the docks and sat there for who knows how long. Till it occurred to me I should probably come to work.
Work? Keisha. Your house just burned down.
I know that. I saw it happen, AJ. In fact, I stood right on the sidewalk and watched it happen.
As opposed to what, Keisha? Putting out a 3-alarm blaze all by yourself?
so I just watched. You know, at least I'm consistent. Grammy dies and I do nothing. Jason's mind is completely destroyed and I do nothing.
Don't go there.
Where?
The land of self-hatred. Because trust me, I am a permanent resident and I would hate like hell for you to have to come visit me. Ever. Keisha, you've endured an awful situation. And you've done it with grace, and you've done it with dignity, and you've done it with strength. And there's no one in the world that I admire more than you.
You give me way too much credit.
No.
Yeah, you do. I quit, AJ. I'm going home to Philadelphia.
What are you doing here so early?
It's the same thing he said.
Who, Mike?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you tell him?
I don't have a watch.
Well, maybe you better get one. The valet doesn't come on here till
3 o'clock. Do you want me to leave?
No. No, there's a lot of work to do. It's just going to make a real long day for you.
Got nothing else to do?
Hey, good morning, boss.
Mike, I...
Here, put this on. I'm freezing just looking at you.
I'm not cold.
It's what the valet wears. It's the valet jacket.
You got to wear the jacket, man. Sorry. You know, if you're half as good at this job as the first guy who had it, you'll be 10 times better than the dimwits we've had parking cars here ever since.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, I think you're off to a good start. When you're through out here, why don't you come in? You can help Mike with the bar inventory.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are you telling me that you don't trust me to do the stock alone? You think I'm sneaking the good stuff?
I know you are. The inventory balance sheet hasn't balanced since Sonny left.
Oh, now, wait a minute. If I was going to do anything, I would go for the middle shelf.
I'll meet you there. 20 minutes. I have to meet the fire inspector at Ward House. I'd like to thank you all for everything. It's much appreciated.
Justice, I do wish you'd reconsider. A few days' rest here would do you a lot of good. You and Keisha would be more than welcome.
No, thank you very much, but I think my place will do just fine for us.
I wish you'd stay. It would mean a great deal to me personally.
I won't be far away. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Well, I don't suppose anyone has heard from Jason, hmm? I thought not. I'm calling the police commissioner.
Oh, Father, don't be an ass.
I beg your pardon. That delinquent son of yours stole valuable property.
Oh, Edward, that vase was worth half of what it cost you to keep AJ out of jail for his DWI.
Not to mention the fortune you spent in bribes to try to keep Tracy at large.
Oh, please. Can we not mention Tracy one headache at a time? Now, Jason stole from us, and I expect him to be punished.
Edward, don't you dare. Oh, when I think of what you've done to that poor child.
He's not a poor child. He is a backstabbing, gutter-crawling, low-life thief.
Stop! Please! Jason didn't steal that vase. I did.
What?
For pity's sake.
Well, now you've done it.
Me?
Yes, you've upset Emily so much she's willing to lie to get you to leave Jason alone.
I'm not lying.
Of course you are, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. We understand why. What Jason did was wrong.
Jason did nothing. I did.
Oh, now you see, Jason is so far gone that he has forced an innocent child to take the blame for him. Did he threaten you?
Oh, of course not. He would never.
Oh, don't tell me Jason would never. He threatened his own grandmother.
He did nothing of the kind.
He broke a vase.
And then he stole one, and he nearly ran me down in my own house.
It's my house.
I bought it for you.
What's left of it after his last tantrum? You know he did major structural damage.
He broke a window.
He is a savage, and prison is too good for him.
Edward, shut up.
Please stop. You have to believe me. I took the vase.
Lucky Spencer.
Oh, good. All right, Emily. Now you run along and Play with your little friend, and don't give Jason another thought. The law will deal with him.
What?
Mr. Quartermain wants to arrest Jason for stealing a vase. I told him I took it.
Oh, well, she didn't take it.
We know that.
I did.
It wasn't really purposely stealing.
You knew about this?
Well, look, I made her help me. Look, I needed the money because I went in some kind of losing streak. And I thought I could borrow the vase to pay off my debt. And I figured I could win back enough to buy the vase back before you guys missed it. But look, I never wanted you to blame Emily for this.
Or Jason.
Mrs. Quartermain. Yeah, I'm really sorry I stole from you.
I believe the term you used was borrowed. And that's the way that I shall think of it.
I hope that you'll be a little bit more careful about whom you play cards with in the future.
Oh, I don't think I'll be playing cards with anyone real soon here, sir. I think I owe you all a big apology.
Apology accepted, Lucky. You are always welcome here.
Will you stay for tea?
Thanks, but I should be getting home.
I'll lock you out.
Okay. Emily, I think I owe you the biggest apology of all. I mean, I took advantage of our friendship.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. And I want you to know that it'll never happen again. I promise. Okay?
Keisha, I need you. Justice needs you. The Ward House needs you.
AJ, there is no more Ward House.
Yeah, but there's gonna be, because Grandfather's determined to rebuild it. Now, come on, don't you want to stick around and see that?
I'll come back for the dedication.
What? Why not just stay here now and see it happen? Keisha, what do you have waiting for you in Philadelphia anyway?
I don't know, AJ. I don't know. Maybe just peace. Distance. Maybe the knowledge that I don't ever have to see Jason again.
You sure that's such a good thing?
The way I feel right now, a very, very good thing. You know, it's funny, because I keep thinking about this one night last September. Jason and I had gone to the park with Robin and Stone. It was when he had that wish list. Stone wanted to walk on stilts, so we had this picnic for him, and it was such a beautiful evening. But what I remember the most is how much I hurt for Robin, because she was gonna lose Stone, and I was gonna have Jason forever.
Keisha, come here. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Cry. It helps. Believe me. It's fine.
Hey. Something wrong? What's the matter with you? Don't lie. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
I don't know. Like I hit you or something.
For a second, you look like someone I used to know.
I have that effect on a lot of people. I thought you were different.
I am. You just look like my friend who used to work here. He had a jacket just like that.
He was a valet?
Yeah. I used to watch him like I was watching you. And he used to see me and smile. I'm sorry.
I have to get back to work. They want me to help stock the bar inside.
I should go anyway. All right.
Kevin, may I have a word with you, please?
Sure. Let me just finish this.
Okay. All right. I'm all yours. I mean, I know that Bobby saw you about the dream she's been having, and we both think it's about BJ. It's been really hard on her.
Delayed grief isn't unusual.
Yeah, I know, but what concerns me is that we brought one of the Ward House children home with us last night. His little boy is about 8 months old, and for the first time in weeks, she didn't have the dream. And this morning, before I left for work, she said, wouldn't it be nice if we could keep him?
Was she serious?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. It was very casual, but then, you know, the more I thought about it.
The less comfortable you became.
Do you think she's trying to replace BJ?
Do you?
No, I mean, she's much too stable for that.
But if she was, how would you feel about her?
Dr. Jones, report to ER. Dr. Tony Jones, to the emergency room, staff.
Excuse me.
See? Oh, honey, that's beautiful. You got Daddy, Mummy, and you. You think you have room in that picture for sweet baby James?
Sure.
Aw, see? There's room for everybody. Yeah.
Hello, Justice.
Oh. I hope you came to stay the night.
No, as a matter of fact, I got to get back and look in on Keisha. I found this when I was walking through the ward house with the inspector, and I know that Granny May would have wanted you to have it. Take care.
Bradley.
Your son.
Well, you know, after you have a nap, it's good to have a bottle. Oh, are you sleepy? You've been a very good boy. Yes, you have. Oh, you've been such a good boy. Would you like a sip? You can have one. It's delicious. Here. I'm going to have it.
Hey! Still up?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. Yeah.
How'd it go?
Good. I mean, they were incredibly nice.
Quartermains?
Yeah, especially Lila, and Emily. Even Edward was decent. Why does that make it worse?
Worse? I don't know. Why do you think?
Because they're my friends and I used them anyway. You know that, if I hadn't have gotten there today, Edward, he was gonna arrest Jason.
Bull.
I'm serious. Yeah, he thought he took the vase. He was going off and everything.
Edward.
He was going off, but, when he found out I took it, it was like no big deal.
Yeah, well, see, that's because you're not related to him, so if you screw up, it's not his problem.
But it's yours, right?
Yeah, it's mine. Just like when I blow it, it's your problem. I was just thinking, I must have made some major blunder somewhere to lead you to believe that the way out of a debt was grand larceny.
You didn't.
Sure I did.
Oh.
No, I did, Lucky. When you came to me for help a few weeks ago. I let you down. So, I think we both crashed and burned on this. So why don't we let's just chalk it up to experience and just move on.
It sounds like a plan.
Good. Go to bed.
Yeah. Dad, just for the record, I still think you're cool.
Back at you, dude.
Thanks.
Good night.
You're here.
Do you mind?
No. No, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm fine. I'm sorry about what happened this afternoon.
It's no problem.
So how'd it go?
The job? It was okay. I mean, there's not much to it. I just do what they tell me. Park a lot of cars. Tips are good.
That's what my friend used to say.
Was he the first?
What?
First valet. Because Luke said he was a lot better than the rest of them.
Yeah, he was.
Why'd he quit?
He didn't quit.
I made you cry.
No, it's not you. It's just... I just get tired sometimes.
Yeah, so do I. Not like sleeping, though. Tired, like... sick and tired of everything.
What do you do when you feel like that?
I leave. I just get on my bike and go. As fast and as far as I can.
Where do you go?
Nowhere. You see, that's the point. You never arrive. You just keep moving. And the wind's so loud you can't even hear your own thoughts.
I think I'd like that.
You wanna come?
Now?
Right now. So where's your jacket?
I didn't bring one.
All right. I want you to take this. I want you to get cold.
What about you?
I don't feel it. I don't feel much anything. I can't tell whether it's nerve damage or stupidity. But I don't like Dr. Jones enough to ask.
Well, maybe you're just really hot-blooded.
Maybe.
What, you don't want to use this either?
No, never use it.
Why not?
Hoping I fall on my head, hit it, turn into a nice guy everyone likes. Hang on.
Next Monday, join host Whoopi Goldberg and presenters like Mel Gibson, Jim Carrey, Tom Hanks, John Travolta, and Sharon Stone for the 68th Annual Academy Awards live.